Just why? Why? Yo, what is up, Crockxen clan members, Poke fans, and others who stumbled on this video. We are here with episode 2 review of Pokemon Horizons. And I'm just... Why? Why is this... I thought the turtle didn't show up until the 3rd episode, which it's still too early, but at least you give it a little bit. But no, it shows up in the 2nd fucking episode. Why are we getting so much exposition in literally the beginning of the show? Why? I don't understand. We're gonna do the same thing with the last episode review. We're gonna talk about things I didn't like first, then we're gonna talk about things that I enjoyed, and then my overall thoughts or stuff like that. And then, like, I didn't give it a rating last time, now that I think about it. I guess I could give the rating here because this is supposed to be like a 2-parter. But okay, things I didn't like. There was way too long of a recap, which makes no sense considering these episodes came out back to back. So you literally just saw this stuff when it, like, everything that happens in like the first 5 minutes of the episode is shit that happened literally the last episode. It makes no sense. These episodes were created to be released side by side the same day. Why do we need a recap? I don't understand. Like, it should have just flowed naturally. Like, oh, this is where it ended, this is what's happening, and then go from there. But no. I believe it was 5 minutes. I don't know. Maybe it was a little bit less. But waste of animation time. Waste of an episode. The other thing. Too many things were just happening at once. We saw the turtle, which I don't like the fact that we're seeing it this early. I mean, I don't like the fact that the pendant is showing off as this big old deal. And then I don't like that we're already on the ship, right? We're just at the school, now we're on the ship. And I don't like that the episode, the way the episode ends, like, all the shit that happens, and it's ramped up way too much, way too intense, and we already lost Brigatito. Like, it's just gone. It's just taken by the bad guy. What we assume is the bad guys. Like, why? I don't understand why this whole thing just... It just escalated way too fast. I don't understand. We're in the 2nd fucking episode of the show. Why are we... Oh my gosh. Things I did like in this episode. I mean, I like the fact that it seems like... No, I don't. That's not... I like Corviknight. Corviknight was there. That's cool. Fuecoco was adorable. I love what happened in the engine room. That was cool. Because it's like... You know, Charizard... Like... How do I say it? The chick that's in the engine room has a Carkol and then a Slugma. Slugma, they're basically dealing with everything. The Carkol gets the coal, Slugma burns up the coal, which powers up the ship. But they had Charizard help out, and then Fuecoco is like, because he's a baby still. I'm assuming that's the whole gimmick of it. It's because it's a baby still. It was like pretending to help, so it was on top of Charizard pretending to be doing flamethrower, but nothing was coming out because it wasn't obviously using any fire. And they're like, "Oh, look, he's so adorable." And I thought that was cool because, like, I think out of the 3 starters, the Fuecoco line is my least favorite of Gen 9. I don't dislike any of the Gen 9 starters. Like, obviously, in past generations, there's always like gonna be favorites and shit. But I don't generally dislike any of the starters in Gen 9, unlike like other gens. I think they're all fine. Quaxly's still my favorite, and Sprigatito was 2nd. But this episode at least made Fuecoco look adorable, so I gotta give it props for that. The other thing I guess I could say I enjoyed is some of the side characters seem okay. Like the people that are there helping Freed. I'm like 70% sure that Molly, the chick that's all gangster and shit, I think she's the Nidorina chick from the YouTube shorts thing, whatever, that the kids watch. I have like a 70% suspicion that's her because we see Quaxley, and I'm like, wait a minute, we know who has a Quaxley, and like there was just one scene in particular where I saw her and I was like, you kind of give me the vibe that you're the Nirina chick, like you're this very stoic chick like right now, but when you get into costume, then you are all like this upbeat chick. I don't know. Maybe there's another person in this ship that we don't know yet, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's her, because we saw the old man, we saw the big buff dude that looks like Matt from Team Aqua, and then the chick in the engine room. So I have a suspicion it's Molly, but I'm not like 100% sure. So like I said, I'm like a 70% there. Kind of like maybe it's her. If there's another character on the ship, then obviously it's gonna be the other character. But for now, with everybody that we've seen, I'm like 70% sure it's Molly. And it's weird that I already know who the fuck she is. And also, in the last episode review, I called the best friend, like Lico's best friend, Anna. It's actually on. Close enough, okay? And then we obviously know Freed because he's in the fucking concept art and all the fucking promotional shit. It's always Lico, Roy, and Freed, so, you know, whatever. Captain Pikachu is okay. It's weird to see it, like, because Ash's Pikachu was always, like, it was always, like, a physical attacker, you know, because he had Iron Tail, Quick Attack, Full Tackle, and all that shit. But his main gimmick was Thunderbolt. But I'm assuming that the whole point of the ship is the Volt Tacklers, so that's why he's a physical Pikachu, so he has, like, Thunder Punch, Double Team, and Volt Tackle. We don't know if he has a fourth move yet, but I'm assuming we're going to see it in the future. I also thought it was weird that it feels like this is either really in the future after the Ash storyline, or it's a completely different universe, or like, you know, how do I put it? How they do alternate universe and shit, because the Altier, whatever the fuck his name is, the main leader of the explorers, that's what they're called, which is a stupid fucking name for an evil organization. But like the main dude, the guy with the cool hair, he's like, oh, Pikachu, are you like, do you mock me? Like, what is this? So like, it's either this is way in the future when Ash's whole storyline is like irrelevant, or this is an alternate timeline. Because at this point, if you saw the championship, Ash's Pikachu like basically blew away all these fucking people in the Masters 8, and even before that, and this is all televised. So like, why would you doubt a Pikachu? Even though not every Pikachu is gonna be the same, obviously we all know that shit. But like, why would you immediately go to, oh, you're mocking me because you're using a Pikachu, when we know already that we've seen a Pikachu before that did some shit. So like, I don't know. And if they're really gonna bring Ash back into the series, I don't know how they're gonna make it work now, because now this doesn't make sense, because they're in fucking Kanto, right? They're still flying over Kanto, which is Ash's home region. So why would anybody doubt Pikachu is powerful? I don't know. That's all I'm gonna say. It just makes no sense. All this shit was televised, so I don't know. Also, I didn't want to say this other thing. I'm rambling, but this is important. I love the fact that Freed is tall and Charizard is bigger than him, because it brings back the idea that all Pokemon are not their generic size that they show in the Pokédex. The anime has always made it like fluctuate how these Pokemon sizes work, so I'm glad they're still keeping that knowledge, because Freed is tall as fuck, right? Freed is taller than most of these. Like, obviously the matte-looking dude, I'm gonna learn these names, okay? But the matte-looking dude is ginormous, right? So you can clearly tell these are adults. You know, back in the day, people would be like, oh, Charizard's so small because Ash is small, because he's a 10-year-old boy. So it makes sense he's short. But Freed is tall, and Charizard's still bigger than him. So you can come up with the conclusion this is a fucking big-ass Charizard. Granted, I still don't like the fact that he has a fucking Charizard and a Pikachu. Like, bruh, we're in a new fucking series. Why the fuck are you using the old main character's aces? It's stupid. That's one thing I guess I should get at. I don't like is the fact that they're both Freed's Pokemon. I'm so mean. I'm so wrong. I know Fuecoco is gonna become Roy's, so that's the whole gimmick there. But I don't know. I still am surprised we still haven't seen or heard anything about Roy. I don't think he shows up in the next episode because the way they're making it sound, this is a rescue mission for Brigadito. So when the fuck is Roy gonna show up? He's supposed to be the second main character in the fucking show, and we're 2 episodes in. We still don't know who he is, and we don't know where he's. I don't know. I overall for the first 2 episodes, I'm gonna give it like I don't want to give it a 5. It's not that terrible, but I don't want to give it. I guess I could give it a 6 out of 10, just because like it just feels like too much shit's happening, right? I don't like when a series starts off like, boom, exposition. Give us some build up. We're in a school, right? We're in a school setting, and all of a sudden we're all over the fucking place. We're already in the airship, which was shown off in the trailers. We've already seen a lot of the scenes that were shown off in the fucking trailers. We already lost our partner Pokemon. Like, it just feels like way too much happening in the first 2 episodes. It just feels excessive, in my opinion. But I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. Obviously people think differently, but I just don't like the fact that it just feels like everything's just happening, like just rushed. So I hope they tone it down. Like I said, episode 3, we're on a Sprigatito rescue mission. I doubt we're gonna see Roy there. There was some lady in the preview that was like running away from them, so I don't know what's going on with that. And I really want to understand the dynamic here. Like, the explorers are well known, but the rising Volt Tacklers are not. But they know who the explorers are, and it just feels like what are they bad guys? That they make them look like bad guys, but they haven't shown out like. Oh, we want the pendant. Like, that doesn't seem like a bad thing, right? I mean, obviously, you're kidnapping a girl, right? We're going to start the basis there. We're kidnapping a little girl, which is bad. But if the whole purpose of the whole thing is that they wanted the pendant, I just feel like this is too soon for all this shit. Like, now you're just questioning, why the fuck do they want the pendant? We already saw the fucking turtle, so does that mean that they want the fucking turtle? I don't know. I really don't know. So we're gonna leave it off there for this episode review. It's a little longer than the one from the previous one. So I'm gonna end this recording. I'm gonna finish editing episode 1 review, which will go up first, and then a couple hours later, this episode review is gonna come out. And then I'm gonna watch the 3rd episode sometime later today or tomorrow, depends. But I'm gonna see if I can get episodes 3 and 4, over the weekend the start of the beginning of the next week. And then episode 5 sometime during the middle of the week next. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I've been SoresanCrockxen, and I will see you guys in future videos. Also, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Probably should have said that.